Well, as a strength coach at Tip High School, one of my main goals is to put our athletes in a position to perform at the highest level possible. And one of the ways to do that is by incorporating a proper warm-up and a proper cool-down into their workouts or into their sports seasons before they go to practice or after games. So when we talk about warm-ups, what's a proper warm-up? Well, when we try to warm up our athletes, what we're trying to do is just incorporate some type of light activity to increase the heart rate enough to get the blood flowing and get the oxygen to the muscles before they go into their activity. This will allow them to have better flexibility, have better reaction time. The muscles and joints will be more prepared to accommodate to the stress that they put on them in the games. So when I talk about athletes playing, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, we try and look at whether we do a dynamic warm-up or a static stretch warm-up. And I think as you see when we get into sports with the high intensity, we tend to do more dynamic warm-up. So a dynamic warm-up is more you'll see it more when you go to sporting events where it's more high knees, lunges, things that incorporate a lot of different planes of motion in order to mimic the stress that they'll have in their games. If we talk about the general population or somebody that's just getting into working out and we're trying to do a warm-up with them, it might be something as easy as walking on the treadmill for 2 or 3 minutes or riding a stationary bike for a couple minutes before they stretch. So again, it's just an easy type of activity that will allow the heart rate to increase enough that we warm the muscles up by getting oxygen to the muscles. When we talk about cool downs after the event, let's talk about physical sports or aggressive sports. With a cool down, usually what we want to involve there is making sure we don't just stop playing and then stop doing activity, because then we'll look at building up muscle soreness and things like that. So when we're done with our activity, our muscles are actually at their warmest rate or at their warmest temperature, and that is when we actually can work on flexibility and gain some flexibility. So that's when we always usually add some type of static stretch component where we take a stretch and hold it at the end range for 20 to 30 seconds, sometimes as much as a minute, and let the muscle lengthen out while it's warmed up. This helps kind of push out some of the stuff that's in the muscle that causes some of that soreness the next day. And it also allows us to gain flexibility and helps us recover quicker so that we can come back the next day and perform again at the same level. Other ways that we look at cool downs, especially with general population as well as normal athletes, we look at their nutrition levels. We look at nutrition in terms of we make sure they get some type of protein within 30 minutes of an event. That helps to restore and replenish the muscles when they're at their highest need, to help them recover quicker for the next day and the next event. The other thing is hydration, so that's another thing that goes into our cool down as well. We usually make the athletes drink 20 ounces of water for every pound lost at the end of an event. That makes sure that they stay hydrated, because if we're dehydrated, that obviously leads to increased muscle soreness and decreased performance the next day as well. So there's a couple different components there to a cool down. One of the main things with the cool down for like the general population, if it's something where somebody has done a workout and they need to just make sure they allow the body to recover, they can just decrease the intensity of whatever aerobic activity they're doing, just enough to flush the lactic acid out of their muscles, and then they can kind of stretch a little bit, a static stretch program, to again increase their flexibility and also make sure that they recover quicker for the next day. So that's kind of the difference between the warm-up and the cool-down periods. And again, they're very integral in terms of making sure that we're getting our athletes to where they need to be to perform at the highest levels possible. Both of those are very, very important in terms of injury prevention. Warm-up is important for injury prevention because it's allowing our muscles to adapt so that we aren't just taking them right out onto the field or right out into whatever activity they're doing without having the proper oxygen and proper warm-up to their muscles. In terms of a cool-down, that is very important for injury prevention because it's allowing us to get some of the stuff out of the muscle that if we don't get that out of there, it's going to prevent our performance the next day. It's going to make us sore. We'll have some delayed onset muscle soreness. So cool down is in terms of what we were talking about too with nutrition and hydration as well. Those are very important. They all go together to help injury prevention as well.